I just wanted to talk this morning about an item that's a very important part of our campaign. And we have talked about it here and there, but we've never really focused on it. And I want to be sure that the public knows that this is an area that we will indeed focus on, that it's very important to the community. Jobs are a key issue in this campaign for mayor, but so is keeping a lid on increased spending. Excuse me. We must get a handle on the city's budget mess. But that means we have to encourage job building efforts that provide great results for our limited bucks. There is a little known and certainly underutilized asset in this community that has already invested $100 million, resulting in about 3,000 new jobs. And the cost to the city of the Lincoln taxpayer, nothing. Not 1 cent out of our city's general fund. Now that's getting a real bang for the city's bucks. But that asset is threatened by increased competition across the nation that is taking the people and financial resources that drive this job creation engine. I'm talking about the University of Nebraska and its research facilities. I'm talking about the loss of top-flight researchers in recent months who have been attracted to other universities. The university's loss is the city's loss. When Ruma Banerjee, a brilliant UNL researcher, left for the University of Michigan, we lost a woman who had generated one of the largest grants in the university's history, $10 million. While that money will stay at UNL, Mrs. Banerjee will take approximately $600,000 in grant money, and UNL loses another $250,000 in indirect cost money. Because of the value they offer our community, we can't afford to let another one get away. Andrei Sokolov is a great scientist whose work in nanotechnology was featured in a recent Economist magazine article. His research offers the possibility of storing a byte of data on a single atom, which would revolutionize the technology of the industry and possibly attract high-tech firms to Lincoln. What can the city do to keep these researchers in the community? First and foremost, we must partner with the University of Nebraska to make the University of Nebraska Research Corridor a reality. The corridor, as envisioned by the 2015 Visioning Group, would run along the Antelope Valley improvements. It would include research facilities, more lab space, and private job-creating research facilities that would be located near the university buildings. But this vision requires strong leadership from the mayor to help move the state fair, a critical component of the plan. The mayor must be involved because of the tremendous importance this project has for our job creation future. By contrast, my opponent is on record as saying that State Fair Park is an issue for the state, not the city. Another indication of his sit back and wait attitude, an attitude that tolerates more top-flight researchers leading the university. Second, the city must cooperate with the building of new research facilities by providing needed infrastructure in a timely and complete manner. A little accommodation by the city in this area can do great things for the city. Third, the city must work with the university in assembling land for the research facilities. The city currently owns various parcels of land in the Antelope Valley area. Without top researchers, we will not be able to transfer the technologies they create for business application. This transfer is critical to the development of new businesses that pay good wages in Lincoln. But State Fair Park is the key. Competitors from across the U.S. and the world are moving quickly to do the same things in their communities. Mr. Svoboda's sit back and wait attitude approach to the problem only allows our competitors to attract jobs and innovation that could locate here. If Lincoln is serious about good jobs and serious about getting the big bang for the buck, then it is imperative that the university's research capacities grow and expand. I will be the mayor who leads us in that direction. Thank you.
Okay, in news conferences, I've questioned the governor on this proposal. He obviously doesn't seem very receptive to it at all. Part of it, he says, is the fact that he thinks there'll be a reduction. He says they're hearing about a reduction in federal dollars coming in for research down the road. Not to misquote him, I've also heard him say that we need to have more private entities coming forward with money to make something like this happen because of the big state expense. How do you overcome those kind of arguments?
Well, I think we need to work with the governor, and it's not just the governor that's involved, it's the federal government. You know, I would add a couple of items to the things that the mayor could do. And one of those would be to work closely with the university in getting research money from the federal government, and working closely with the university to get additional appropriations to UNL to help out with the construction of these facilities. Now, I don't think research is going to dry up, and the federal government support of research is not going to dry up, because the federal government is totally committed to competing in this world that is emerging, and they're going to be funding university research big time. The question is, who's going to get the money? And we need to stick our nose in there and get our fair share. You know, hopefully the governor is rightfully concerned about expenses at the state level, just as I'm concerned about expenses at the city level. But I think we both know and understand that if we're going to compete in the 21st century world, we've got to make some investments.
What about his complaint that we don't have enough private monies being dedicated so far in comparison to what Omaha did? I guess they had so much more private monies involved.
Well, the private community has stepped up in Lincoln. The 2015 Visioning Group has offered private resources to be helpful in this whole endeavor. To what extent, we don't know yet, but that will play out in the coming months, and the mayor will have a role in that too. Obviously, there's going to be a negotiation here between the state and the city and private and public resources, and somebody's got to put that together. And I'm going to be in there being sure that that does get put together so that it all can happen.
And how do you overcome the argument against the state money that's involved, that increased in taxes that would be involved in this kind of stuff to move with phenomenal cost, moving state for part, they say?
Well, we don't have those figures yet. You know, there's a bill in the legislature to round up that information, and I think I would reserve comment on that until we have information that we know is correct. Y'all set?